Hey everybody, how y'all doing? This is the continuation of the last video, and I must tell y'all that there will be a next part after this one because she had a lot more things to say, and I want to take my time and put out everything she was saying so that the public could know what she was saying, know what kind of person she is. Okay, let me get right into this.
But this Guyana, once again, is in trouble. This Guyana, we are facing a problem in this country. The problem we are facing in Guyana is racism. Not everyone is racist. Some people are not racist. Some people are kind. Not everyone have a hate in their heart for other humans. Some people just want to live and exist in this world. Good afternoon, Junior. Some people just want to grow old with their loved one besides them and to raise their kids. But today, I stand here. When PPP take over power, they shoot a young man and claim this guy was going to thief, and they shoot him. I did not believe them. And I didn't believe them because the way how he dressed, I said, no, this is not on.
This Guyana is once again in trouble because of people like you. That's why Guyana is in trouble. Because y'all are racial people. Y'all are wicked and nasty people. Yes, that is true. Not everybody is racial. And not everybody have hate in the heart for other people. What the mean is the Indians them who are not racial or who don't have hate in the heart for people, because the black demonstrating different. They are demonstrating different, that they are racial and they have hate in the heart for people. Right? Every time something goes on, the black attack the Indians. For whatever reason, not even them can say. Only because they are Indians. They are being targeted. Right? Now, the young man you're talking about who gets shot when PPP take over power was in Nandi Park. And it was two of them who went to thief. But you ain't mentioned nothing about the next one who escaped. And if you're claiming that the innocent, why didn't the other guy who escaped come out and say they shoot his friend innocently? They can't find him. Nobody know where he is. Nobody can hear nothing from him. But you come out here to say he's not a thief because the way how he dress. That is your problem. Every time they do something wrong, you're coming out there to support them. And when they get killed, you're blaming people to killing them innocently. Right? The same thing I see Papa Snow highlighting the young guys them who get killed in Borbies. Facebook page, the profile, and showing certain things that they was not murdered by Indians. That was in gangs. Because the one who had the mask on the face with the X, they in the mark, they find on the body when he dead. When he get murdered. The next one had on the mask and say you can swim in blood or something like that. What do you mean? But Harmon no. And the rest are number 5 no. Including the parents. What these young fellas was into. But they're trying to cover it up. Now I read on Facebook yesterday, they're saying because of the marijuana that the police burn up is what get them killed. Could be both of them, gang and the marijuana. Because it could be the rival gang is who had the marijuana there and them expose it. Y'all don't want to hear that. Y'all don't want to see that. Right? But this is how it going. Every time they do something wrong, you're trying to cover it and protect them. And this is why the country cannot get better. Because you're battling for justice. I see Papa Snow trying to get justice. He trying to expose certain things. And everybody commenting. A black person commenting on the man page. A bunch of negative stupidness. Y'all really want justice? Or y'all only want to go there to attack the Indians? And say y'all fighting for justice? That is a question left to be answered. Now I have a question for the government. Adidi, Irfan Ali, Jagdio, Nandalal. What are y'all doing to protect y'all supporters? What are y'all doing to protect the Indians in the country? Because up to yesterday I see 2 persons missing. How they're missing, why they're missing, and where they are, I don't know. Right? It could be they went somewhere and they may come back, or somebody catch them and kill them. You don't know. I'm saying, but this attack upon Indians is not going to stop. What are y'all doing to protect the Indians of the country?
There is accident every corner of Guyana. Everywhere you turn, movie style accident. People are fighting with each other, slitting each other's throat. People are calling in the police. Oh, I just think my girlfriend poisoned me with bitters. People are calling up the police. Oh, in this body fight and they did slash me. From the day people get into power, the lives of innocent souls are being taken away from them. When they take over power, I don't know what force these people use in whatever they worship.
You don't know what force they use in whatever they worship. Let me tell you something. If PPP had a force to cast a spell on Guyana, as you assuming, why didn't do it in Granger time? It would be a very, very good thing to do in Granger time and let a lot of people dead, and then use on the platform like how the PNC using Jagdio era, the Dark Ages. Now, if PPP they use the force, well, whatsoever you think it is, in Granger time, then Granger would have got a hush. Now, is it logical that since PPP take power, probably the PNC use the force of whatever they worship? I can tell you why I say whatever they worship. Haiti is a country of all black people. And everybody in Haiti know Obio. They call it voodoo. In Africa, in certain part of Africa, they catch women and burn them alive, stone them to death, beat them to death because they call them witches, because they said them is Wakobio. Now, when you ever hear India or Indians beat somebody to death because they walk in Obio, burn somebody alive because they're working. You don't hear it from Indians, you hear it from the Africans. I'll just give you two examples. Right? So, who really using a force to cast a spell on the country, to sacrifice innocent lives? When the PNC had all the Haitians down there illegally, who know how to work Obia, who know voodoo. So I want you to tell me, who you think put a spell on the country? Is it PPP or is it PNC? Because all arrows pointing that black people, as you claiming to be, is the one who know more about Obia than anybody else.
And you know, guys, let's stop being stupid. Let us stop playing that we don't understand what's going on. In Guyana were the Negro race that came from Africa. In Guyana, slavery was kicking shit where people was being hunger. They were promised to work in Guyana, and every year they were given food, clothes, a shelter, and whatever. And they never used to get it. Some came from the dirty slums that couldn't even help themselves. There is no royalty that was on that boat that came to Guyana. They were all haggard out, tired, worn out, hungry. Let Indians in Guyana fool you to thinking that they came from betterment to Guyana and they came with the money. It's poverty-stricken people that come here to Guyana. When they turn up here, nothing to the name. They don't own anything. They don't have nothing. They're poor, have nothing. And they came here. Black people, coffee from Berbice, just over country there. Revolution, and throughout the country, black people start a revolution and they start to fight for their freedom, and they fought and they won that freedom. Our race did not come from the slums of Africa. They captured king and queen and princesses. They capture people, merchants, people that go out and work. They capture people out in their field and drag them on boats, put them on boats, chain them up on boats. Some die on the way coming and they just throw them into the oceans. And they continue on their journey, bringing those people down to Guyana.
First thing, you clearly don't know what you are saying about the Africans. But you seem to know a lot about the Indians because you read about the Indians. Why didn't you read about the Africans before you come out to compare? Right? The Indians come from India poor. I never hear an Indian person in Guyana talk about the four parents who come from India. I never hear that, but maybe you hear it. And I never hear an Indian person say the four parents come there with something. They come there to work on a plantation, and that is what they was doing. Now, you say the Africans, your race did not come from the slums of Africa, and they was capturing kings and queen and princesses. But just after you say that, you said I was capturing them from in the fields when they're working. So you had kings and queen and princesses working on the fields. Now let me educate you. Right, since you didn't read nothing about the Africans. There was no kings and queens and princesses who come on the boat. They were all poor people who didn't have nothing. Maybe they wasn't in a slum, but some part they were worse than a slum, that they were starving too, that they was hungry too, that they were poverty stricken too. Why don't you tell your African brothers and sisters that is black men, Africans in Africa who used to run down other black men, women and children and catch them and chain them and wait till the white man come to buy them? Why don't you tell the African race that? Why don't you tell your black people them that? And that is facts. Right? That used to run them and catch them like dog. Beat them. Go in people's village, ransack it, collect who they want to collect. And chain them up and wait until the white man come to buy them. Tell them that. Right? No Africans come from Africa as no royalty. No Africa come from Africa with no wealth. They come with nothing, just like the Indians. But reality is reality. It doesn't matter where you come from, where your foreparents come from, or where or when they come. It's where you are now. And what you're doing where you are now is what matters. Look at the Indians now. They are not poverty stricken anymore. They are not hungry anymore. They are not skin and bones anymore. Look at where they are now to where the Africans are now. Right? And judge from that. It doesn't matter where you come from or where they come from. It's where you are. You are in Guyana. You are a Guyanese and not an African. But what you do to make your life better as a Guyanese, who always about this past about slavery and slavery and slavery. What did you do to make your race and your life better? That is why y'all don't like the Indians. It's not because of no politics, nothing. It's because they are more successful and it burns in your fucking heart when y'all see them elevating and y'all cannot. And that is the fact. I am not being racist or racial about nothing. Since you want to talk bullshit, I can correct you. You understand? And I know a lot of people can come out and comment about me being racist and that kind of thing. But nobody can talk nothing about she. And I am speaking on behalf of what she's speaking about. I am just educating her to things that she don't know. Or she plain she don't know. She trying to condemn every other race in the world to big up the black race. And what you're talking about them is not true. I'm talking about the black race. Right? It's not true. Everybody come there poor and with nothing. But what you do since you there to now, that you can give account for? Nothing. Nothing. There was no king and queens and princesses come from no boat from Africa. You hear? Don't tell people no bullshit. There was all poor people. Poverty stricken just like the Indians who come on that boat, on those boats to Guyana and throughout the Caribbean. Educate yourself. Educate yourself before you come out there and try to talk lie and discriminate other people. And trying to lie to yourself about you come from somewhere better than them, when that is not true. Educate yourself.
Let us move on a little bit and go back. Let me go back to Guyana and then I'll come back into this. Now, into Guyana, they're saying the Amerindians are the first people in Guyana. Ha! They're not. When these people came to Guyana, they came from Asia. They run from their country and they came here looking for help also. Poverty stricken. Poverty was kicking shit and they came in this country, a faraway country, a group of them, and they came here looking for help. But when they came here, they move off down to the way down to the forest, and they just start the little huts, and they just start making the life there, and they live and they stay there, and they were fine with staying in the bush. They were content. Nobody put them there. They stayed there. They choose there, and they were content with staying there. They never here. Guyana already had people living in Guyana. They are not the first people in Guyana. They met people living in Guyana, and that's why they go further out way into the bush, and they start a life there because people were already occupying Guyana. They did not found Guyana, unless they're Christopher Columbus, who keep finding countries that was already found before. My black
Hey, miss, you are turning out to be nothing but an illiterate asshole. Okay, the Amerindians wasn't the first in Guyana. They come and rich people. Who is the race they rich? That's the first thing. You said they come from Asia. Which country in Asia they come from? Which part of Asia? Because until this day, I don't know no country in the world that have a population, an entire population of a country that are Amerindians. Amerindians is spread out a little bit all over the world. They call them natives. Some call them rednecks. But all over the world. There is no country of Amerindian nowhere on the fucking planet. You illiterate jackass. Now, if they come and reach people in Guyana, as you're saying, who they come and reach? Black people? Because you're saying Columbus was discovering countries that was already being discovered. And they was discovered by who? Black people? Bring out your facts. When you're saying they come from a country in Asia, which country they come from, you should have said that. Right? And when they come and reach people there, you should have said who they come and reach there. And when Columbus wasn't the first to be discovering them, who was discovering them before him? Right? Educate people. Don't come and just run your stink mouth and talk a bunch of lies and try to tell people stupidness. Because only ignorant people like yourself, stupid people like you, is going to believe what you are saying. Right? You said I come from a country poverty stricken as well. But it's only Africa wasn't poverty stricken. Right? Only Africa. Because they only had kings and queens and princesses. Stop lying to your people. Stop lying to your people. The truth shall set you free. Try to educate your people how to stop living where you're trying to put them to live back in the past and move on with the future. Right? Now the Amerindians them in Guyana, the reason why they end up in the jungle, in the bush, as you say, is because after the white men them come to Guyana and start bringing slaves from Africa, them start moving farther away from them because they don't want to be captured and become slave too. So they start moving farther and farther away from civilization or from other people. That is why they end up so far down in the jungle. Okay? Educate yourself, you illiterate jackass. They come from some part of Asia. Hey, this woman turned out to be an illiterate asshole, I tell you. And they come from a country that was poverty stricken too. They come over the whole of the Atlantic in canoes, because only that they could build up to now. They come to the whole of the Atlantic in canoes, right, and boat paddle. You stupid.
Brothers and sisters, I want you guys to share this. I want you guys to let your kids know this. I want you guys to let your kids know where they're from. I want you guys to let their kids know it's time to go back to roots. I want you guys to let your kids know that their life means something. That's special. That we're lost. And we need to come back on the road, come back to reality of who we are.
The kids to know who they are, where they come from, and they must go back to roots. Let me tell you something, miss, because it looked like you're the only person who is lost. They came from Guyana. They are Guyanese. And they are where the roots are. I know you're talking about go back to roots, meaning go back to Africa. They are not Africans. They are not African Guyanese. There is no such thing as an African Guyanese or an Indian Guyanese. They are Guyanese, jackass. They ain't got no roots to go back to nowhere. The roots is in Guyana. And they are not lost. You is the one who is lost. And you need to find your way back and come back to reality. Right? You is the one who lost from reality, not them. So don't put your burden on the rest of the black people in the country. Because that is what you are trying to do. Lay a burden upon them. If you feel sorry for yourself because you cannot make it in life, you cannot blame every Indian or every black for that. Look in the freaking mirror and see who to blame there. Right? You cannot blame everybody for your downfall in life. They don't have no roots to go back to. The roots there already. You understand? You want them to know who they are. Every one of them know who they are. I know who we are. Guyanese. Guyanese, Guyanese, Guyanese. Not Africans and Indians. You mother scunt. But this woman here is real freaking stupid and nobody. Hey, like I said earlier in the video, only illiterate, stupid people will listen to you or watch your program, like Junior. Only them kind of people who gonna watch your program and listen to what you are saying, because nothing you're saying is making any sense. Everything you're saying based on two things: politics and race.
Help to build Guyana. They never come out and help to build up Guyana the way Guyana is today. They did not help to build Guyana. Guyana was built on the back of slaves and lashes. Guyana was built with blood and sweat and tears, and guess who? From black people and no one else. Guyana was built with the slaves broken their back for them.
Again, correction. Guyana is not built the way it is at the moment by black people. Black people and Indian people built Guyana the way it is at the moment. And I would go as far to say that Guyana was mostly built to the way it is now because of Indian people as the majority who contribute to the development of Guyana to the way it is now, not by the majority of black people. Right? Get your facts straight. Now, you're saying Guyana was built by slaves. and a whole lot of Jim Cockburn ram goat. I can tell you something. Because I think early up in this video or the last video talking about Guyana was built by the slave them getting lashes. Since y'all stopped getting lashes, I think this is the worst thing ever happened to y'all. I'm not talking about the whole black population. I'm not even talking about black in general. I'm talking to this woman who's speaking here. So y'all please don't feel offended by me saying this. I'm speaking to this woman. And I'm speaking on behalf of what she is saying. Okay? Because I know for a fact that there are hard working, genuine black people in Guyana. A lot of them. Genuine, hard working people who are not racist and who don't have no hate in their heart for nobody else neither. Who are very, very, very good people. Majority of the black people in Guyana are very decent and respected people. Majority of the Indians in Guyana are very respected people. But crosses like these is who I'm speaking to. Getting back to the point about y'all getting lashes to work. Probably this is the worst thing that happened to y'all. Because since y'all stopped getting lashes, y'all stop bill. Because from then to now, you, for example, ain't bill nothing for your fucking self. So it's best y'all like continue getting lashes and y'all would have been in a better position, living a better life now. Because y'all would have done bill a lot. But since y'all stopped getting lashes, y'all stop bill. Y'all want to suck other people's blood. Y'all want to live on the blood and sweat of other people. Y'all like freaking leech. Parasites to the rest of the country. I'm talking to about the racial set, ignorant set, useless set of people in the country. Y'all are parasites, pests, living on other people. So it's best y'all continue getting lashes. Because I think y'all would have been in a better position now. The lashes done and y'all billion capability done too. Y'all don't know how to build no more. Since y'all stop get lash.
We need to come together because the way how we are divided is nonsense. The way how our black brothers is thinking, oh yeah, let me go get the wife. Oh yeah, as soon as you get little money, oh I want a white wife. Brother, know yourself. Know where you're coming from. Look at your mother. Look at her complexion. Take a look at your sisters. Now, I'm not being racial in saying this. The most beautiful black person I've ever seen is a black woman. With her skin dark and polished and shined. I am going to be 54 soon.
Wrong again. And there's the next thing. Every time you find one of these crosses coming out trying to divide the country, you can always hear the same, oh, let's come together. Let's come together. Come together to do what? Suffer? Don't have a future? Go back and live in the past? Try to reach Africa? Come together for what? Talking about a black man more than a white woman, or a black man more than the next race. Miss, you need to come back into reality. This in them days. This is not them days back then. People married who the fuck they want. No matter your color or your race or where you're from. People married who they feel comfortable with, who they love, who love them, who they know they can make a better life and future with. And since you're saying that look at your mother complexion and your sister complexion, I can let you know this as well. That a black woman is a downfall to a black man. And that is fact. A black woman always trying to do some fuck to mess up the relationship. I don't say the black man don't do, but the black woman must. I always see a man with a nice boots and a nice pants, dressing looking nice. She wants something from him. She ain't think about her relationship again. Always banging on a black man. Most of y'all young black women don't have y'all. Because y'all got a young man working hard in the hot sun whole day, and y'all up on your phone texting next fucking man. WhatsApping next man. Y'all is the downfall to black men. Right? Now, you're saying black women is the most beautifulest woman you could see, with a skin black and shine. I'm gonna get to you just now. Let me tell you something. There are beautiful people in every single race throughout the world. Beautiful, beautiful people. Whether you're black, white, blue, pink, green, I don't give a freaking damn what color you be. There are beautiful women in every single race throughout the world. Now, since you can be talking about color, I can give you a little example about the sapodilla brown that the white people them just come to the Caribbean to take a suntan to get brown, and the black people them bleaching to get brown. But the sapodilla brown Indians them don't do nothing to the skin. That's natural. Right, so we talk about skin tone and complexion. Them is who you got to look at. Now, you're trying to praise yourself, saying that black woman is the most beautifulest woman you can see with the skin shine and polish, and you is only 54 years old. Miss, you look like fucking garbage. Go and clean that black fucking thing under your neck and around your chin. There is nothing beautiful about you specifically you're talking to. There is nothing beautiful about you quality what you have now. Rusty all under your neck, black. All around your chin here, black. Blacker than your normal complexion. Your normal complexion is beautiful. I'm talking about the additional blacker part of your skin. Go and clean it. I'm not donging no black women. I know for sure, I can tell you, they are beautiful, beautiful, beautiful black women. And like I said, there are beautiful women in every single race through the world. You can find ugly one, bad looking one, ridiculous looking one, but then you're gonna find some amazing looking people in every single race, in every corner of the world. Okay, go and clean your skin, you nasty fucker.
Black people, black people, black people. You need to understand who you are. You need to understand Guyana. You need to understand the rest of the world. Let your kids see this video. Share it. Now, in Guyana, you have the Amerindians far out, and they're building their life and they're comfortable out there. They didn't come to help build any roads. They didn't come to dig any gutter. They didn't come to do nothing. They weren't interested. Today they're saying, oh, we exist. Don't you know we exist? But oh, my dear, what did they do to improve Guyana? Nothing.
You need to understand who you are. That you are not an African. You are never a slave. You need to understand who you are. You need to understand Guyana. That Guyana is a country with 6 races of people living together in love and harmony until jackass like you, racist people like you, coming out trying to divide them. You and Harmon and Granger and the rest of the cabal. Right? They know you need to know about Guyana. And you need to know about the rest of the world. That anybody marrying anybody. It ain't got no races or color now in people marrying a next race or a next color of people. People way past them bullshit the woman. People way past them. It's only you and certain races like yourself who know what's going on in the world. Again, I'm going to tell you. Educate yourself. Educate you illiterate nonsense. You need to learn and stop living in the past. Now, the Amerindians, they didn't build no road. What they do to develop Guyana? You never hear the Amerindians come claiming nothing in Guyana. All they come and fight for is the land. The land that belongs to them. There's all the Amerindians them coming out claiming. Coming out there and said they want nothing from nobody developing Guyana. They want what belongs to them. They are accustomed living how they're living. They never ask. They never demand. They never bully. They never thief. Nothing for nobody. Whatsoever they get the content with, they live within the means. The Amerindian don't trouble nobody. And they don't come and covet nothing from nobody. Right? The only thing they're asking for is the land. And they're willing to stay and live in the bush where they're more happy and comfortable than to live around people like fucking you. Right? Get that straight. Get that straight. You accusing every single body, every single race. But who you really need to blame is you. And ignorant, stupid people like you who trying to mislead the rest of the black people in the country. What you're trying to do would never work. It could never succeed. Because not everybody is racist and illiterate and stupid like you. This brings us to the end of this video. Please stay safe, stay away from Rona. Please look out for yourself. Look out for each other. Defend your neighborhood. Defend your community. Defend your people and your family. Do what it takes to defend yourself. Okay? See y'all in the next video. Oh, before I go, I said it would be a 2-part video, but I am very sorry that I will have to do a next part. I ain't finished with this cross as yet. She had a